Hello friends, I am Mr. Sanjay Bhadke, presently working as an assistant professor, Department of Civil Engineering at Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Friends, in last class we discussed about the soil investigation and soil exploration. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the soil samples and samplers. We know that unit number 1 is related with the geotechnical exploration. We already discussed the syllabus and content in previous classes. Our unit number 2 is related with the stability of slopes. Unit number 3 is related with the lateral earth pressures. Unit number 4 is related with the ground improvement, which is one of the important topics as it is related with the status of water table under the ground. Unit number 5 is related with the shallow foundation. Unit number 6 is related with the pile foundation. These are the various books which you can refer for the basic knowledge of this subject. We have Soil Mechanics and Foundation by A.K. Arora, Soil Mechanics and Foundation by B.C. Punmiya, and we have number of journals, international and national journals, which you can refer for the basic knowledge of this subject, geotechnical engineering 2. So student, you know that our subject is geotechnical engineering 2 and our today's topic is soil samples and samplers. So already many times we discussed that if you want to go for a big construction or big project, so before going for this project we should test the various characteristics and properties of the soil. For the testing of these properties, we should collect the soil samples from the ground. And collection of soil samples is a part of soil investigation. Today we are going to discuss about the soil sampling. What is the need of soil sampling? Basically, the sample which is collected through the samplers are sent for the various laboratory testing, because we should know the various characteristics and properties of this type of samples. The sampling is carried out in order to soil and rock description. After collection of the soil sample, laboratory testings can be carried out. The sample collected should be representative of the ground from which they are taken. Soil samples are basically classified in two groups. One is non-representative group and second one is a representative group. The representative group is also classified with a distributed and undistributed soil samples. Now, what do you mean by the non-representative samples? The non-representative soil samples are those in which neither in situ soil structure, moisture content nor the soil particles are preserved. They are non-representative and they can't be used for any test, as the soil particles either get mixed up or some particle may be lost. So basically, when you want to know the various engineering properties of the material, so in that case we can't use the non-representative samples. Next is a representative samples. So these representative samples, they don't have the moisture content but their soil particles are intact. Basically they are representative and they can use for the grain size analysis, for liquid and plastic limit, specific gravity, compaction test and moisture content. So by using this representative sample, we can know the various types of characteristics and properties of the soil. Already I told these properties are soil specific gravity, compaction test, moisture content, liquid and plastic limit of the soil. Undistributed soil sample. Basically, undistributed soil samples are used for the consolidation, permeability or shear strength test, which we known as engineering properties of the material. They are representative and also intact. So as per the requirement, we are using the representative sample and undistributed soil samples. Student, see this picture. In this picture, one mechanical samplers is shown, which is normally we are using to collect the various soil sample from the underground. So this is one mechanical instrument and its various parts are also shown. The topmost part is called as the sample head. It is also provided with the split spoon, drive shoes and various dimensions are shown in the figure or picture. Basically, samplers are useful for the collections of various soil samples. So as per the requirements, we are using various types of samplers at various sites. Next, split spoon samplers. Basically, the split spoon sampler is a thin walled steel tube and this sampler is made as per the guidance of IS 2131-1986, the standard penetration test for a soil. A drive shoe are attached to the lower end as the cutting edge material. The drive shoe attached to the lower end serve as a cutting edge material. Already we know that when you want to collect any soil sample, the soil sample may be a soft or maybe a hard. So in that case, we are using various types of mechanical driving machines or drive shoes for the collections of samples from underground. In this picture, you can see one sampler is shown there, which is the mechanical sampler, and this type of samplers we are normally using for the collection of materials. Students, when we talk about the various characteristics and properties of the soil, so we have to carry out various types of tests. So standard penetration test is one of the tests which is very important test to know the various properties of the soil. This is one of the most popular and economical tests which we are carried out on the soil, and it is applicable to the many soil types and large database from which many useful correction have been developed. If you want to know the various properties of the soil, so we should go through this test. We will get number of result and we have a number of conclusion. So in this picture you see the various samplers are attached, and through these samplers we can collect the various soil samples from the underground, which further we will send for the laboratory testings. This picture shows the various types of soil sample. We know there are number of soil types, their properties, their physical properties, their chemical properties are different, and once place is changed, everything will be changed. So here this picture we can see a number of soils. You see here one tray is shown. In this tray various types of soil samples are there, and by examining these soil samples we can know the various properties and characteristics of soil samples. Basically, there are some methods which can give us the result on the spot. So seismic refraction method is one of them. In this method, what we are doing, when a shock or impact is made at a point on or in the earth, the resulting seismic shock or sound waves travel through the surrounding soil at a speed related to their elastic characteristics. This shock may be created with a sledgehammer hitting a strike plate place on the ground or by denoting a small explosive charges or a below the ground surface. The radiating shock waves are picked up by a detector called as the geophones, placed in a line at a increasing the distance d1 and d2 from the origin of the shock. The geophone is actually a transducer and an electromechanical device that detect vibration and convert them into the measurable electrical signals. So basically, in seismic refraction method, we are using various types of electronics instrument which help us to calculation of various seismic refraction waves. The time required for these elastic waves to reach each geophone is atomically required by a seismograph. Okay. So when you are providing the shock and when you are getting the result, in that case there are some geophones, and by using these geophones you can directly record its reading, and you can develop a seismograph, and after studying that seismograph we can understand the various properties of soil. So today we are discuss about the soil samples, samplers, and various tests which were carried out on the soil to know the various engineering properties. Among this, we are also discuss about the standard penetration test and seismic refraction methods, which is useful to know the various properties on the soil. So thank you. Next class we start with the stability of slopes. Thank you.